Hello. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Looks like everybody's kind of settling in, coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. So, how many of us here are investors or new investors? Okay. And you guys all locally here or from another states? Okay. And what are you guys currently investing on? Trying to buy houses, trying to get into the wholesaling. Great. So now, as you guys know, there's a many area that wholesale is getting kind of ridiculous with the restrictions and stuff like that. So now I have programs where we can come in with transactional double close funding. Basically, you guys go find the deals, and it's a seamless process. You reach out to me and you said, "Hey, I got this deal, and I need funding for this deals. No credit check, no points. We just look at the deal, make sure the deal makes sense. You got an A and B contract and B and C contract, which means your buyer's also ready. And we can fund up to, can you hear me now? Okay. So, and we can fund up to $100 million. Okay. Whether you're going a single family, whether you're going a multifamily, whether you're trying to hide your transactionals, Simons, we can offer funding for those reasons. Okay. So if you need funding, you just, after this, you can reach out to me and I can give you my website and you can go in there and fill out a form. Very simple, couple questions, upload your documents. Somebody will reach out to you, same day funding, like I said. Um, so anybody got any question for me? I know it's very short. I wasn't ready. I didn't have my presentation to go over. But if you guys, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, so double closing. So let's say if you're a wholesaler, found a deal, and you're gonna make $60,000 in commission, right? And your investor, your end investors, is going to make 65 or $70,000. And if your investor saw you making 60,000 without lifting anything, may not be very happy with that. So this is when you come to me and say, "Hey, MJ, I got a deal here where my Simon's going to look like $60,000, but if my end buyer see I'm making $60,000, the deal may not go through." So this is when I could come in and give you the entire amount. So let's put perspective, a real number together. You got this house under contract for $100,000 and ARV, let's say 300,000. All right, and you're going to make $60,000 in commission, right? But you don't want your investor to see that you're making $60,000. So you come to me and I'll fund you that 100,000 plus closing costs, and then you go turn around and sell it to your end buyers, and then they will buy your deals and they can do whatever you want, and you got your $60,000 time of close. Your ARV or based off what are you? Yes. When you submit the deal, we look at, okay, what you have this deal under contract for. Okay, and then we will look at what your commission look like. And if you gotta have to put down that, hey, repair is 20 grand or 30 grand, ARV this. We vet those out if all those numbers make sense. Or you just make things up and this I was just gonna sit on the escrow and it will never sell. So this is what we look at, making sure all those numbers are correct. Correct. You're not selling it to yourself. So basically, what's happening is it's going to look in the HUD where you bought the house for $100,000, and then your buyer, your end buyers, is going to come and buy it from you for 160 because you're going to tell your end buyer that I'm going to wholesale this deal to you for 160. So your end buyer is not going to see that what you got it for because it doesn't go into county records and anything simultaneously same day. They won't even see it till a few weeks down the road. So you're double closing. You close your property first, your transaction A first, which is between you and your seller. Then you turn around, you sell it to your buyer, and then you in between the commissions that you make 60,000 or whatever that is, and you make that. That all happens at the same time. Yes. Same time. It will happen simultaneously within the same setting. It will happen. Your title company will be aware of that in firsthand. That hey, I'm buying and I'm selling. Yes, ma'am. You don't have to come up with an earnest money deposit or anything. We provide earnest money. We do all that. Correct. Soon as you have those informations and you think you have a buyer already, you just provide this information just by filling out a form. Our transaction coordinator will reach out to you in the same day, and you make sure you're able to explain all this, how you're buying, how you're selling, what the ARV is, what the repair cost is, who your buyer is, and then based on that, they can help you get those funds, not to you, but the title company, to the escrow. We could fund up to 100 million. So this funding should not be an issue. Yes. I don't do any title work, so you have to give us who your title company is. And then we work with the title company. We work with you first to get all this information, understand how you doing this deal, then we talk to the title company. And if you don't have one, you can always ask questions and we can get you a title company. I'm a broker. I have private funds. Correct. Yes, sir. Well, we got paid your transactional funding, we charge 1.5%. So we got paid after you got your deals done. So we don't get paid until you get paid off whatever amount we are lending you. So you're not paying any money up front. So you're not paying any money. So you don't get paid. We don't get paid. Because it's a double close. So we try to do between 24 to 48 hours. Nationwide. We do anywhere. We do commercials. Mobile home parks. Yep. Yes, ma'am. No, there's no maximum amount of if it's a commercial apartment building, 10 million. But it's a single family, because those take a little longer time to close. So we could do up to 10 million. But if it's not a mobile home park or apartment, just a single family, then we have funds to cover up to 100 million. There's a requirement. Make sure your number makes sense, that we're not going to lose money on the deal. So long as you have the house under contract at the right price, the repairs make sense, and your buyer agreed to pay whatever amount it is, and your assignment fee makes sense. Yeah, you as soon as you have a deals, and you just reach out to me and I send you a link. You fill out a form, and transaction coordinator reach out to you and ask you a couple questions. Make sure those make sense, and your buyer's ready to go. Talk to the title company and we get the money over. I'll give it to you right after this. Yep. So basically, let's say you have a deal under contract, and the deal is you got under contract for $100,000, and your assignment fee is $40,000, and the repair is additional $40,000, and ARV, let's say, is 300, and you go into wholesale this to your end buyer for $240,000. So you come to us and say, hey, we have a buyer, we have a deal here, and you fill out a form with just those information. We don't require Social Security. We don't ask for any personal information. Okay, just your company's name, the house address, what you have it under contract. You got to upload the contract between you and your seller, and also between you and your buyers. You upload both of those contracts. Somebody will reach out to you from our office and get additional information. If everything looks good, then they will just say, okay, let's go to the title. Let's get to closing. And this is how everybody gets paid. Yes, ma'am. You had a question? Yes. The stack method. Okay. Have you done any creative financing? Okay. Creative mean, let's say somebody is going through foreclosure, right? And they can't afford to keep the house, nor they can't sell it for whatever reason. The maybe market shifted it. They can't sell the house quick enough. This is when you come in and try to buy their house subject to keeping the mortgage in place. That's how you buy creative. So similarly, the stack method, basically, if you were to buy multifamily house and you need to bring 20% down if you were to go through DSCR loan, instead of bringing 20% down, you can tell your seller that, hey, I'm going to give you, so let's put things in perspective. So let's say it's a $10 million apartment complex, right? And instead of you bringing 20% is $200,000. Instead of bringing $200,000, you tell the seller that, hey, why don't I just give you $800,000 at time of closing, and you finance me the other 200,000? So I'll pay you monthly to whatever amount it is you guys could agree, and you're going to pay them monthly for that $200,000. So that's a stack method. Then this is when we come in, and we will show that here's your $200,000 to the bank that you're able to put that down payment, and then you do your closing and you get your, this is a little bit more complicated. Is like if you haven't done any subject to, then you're gonna have to do a couple subject to for you to understand that. But if you have a deal like that, if somebody even remotely understand what you're trying to do, if you call us, and then we can probably help you with the rest of the funding and talk to the seller to get them to understand. Those are a little bit more expensive because the money has to hold it in the account for a little longer. So we charge starting 2.5% for those. You had a question. Okay, cool. Anybody else have any questions? Yes.